Hello, Colas. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. Earlier, we discussed on how Barcelona have fallen in love with a 15-year-old La Masia prodigy by name Lamine Yamal. It has been reported that the manager wanted to call up the 15-year-old Barca wonder kid during pre-season. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about this report concerning Xavi again, saying that Xavi is planning to rotate for Barcelona's Champions League opener against Victoria Plazen. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the story, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona have produced a number of jewels from their La Masia youth setup or their youth academy over the years and continue to churn out talent who can achieve greatness. Ansu Fati, Xavi, Nico Gonzalez and Alejandro Balde have all become regulars in that first team setup in recent times and are tipped for a bright future in the game. More prospects continue to come through the ranks, and one name that seems to be generating a lot of excitement lately is that of 15-year-old prodigy Lamine Yamal. The teenage prodigy is playing for Barca Juvenil A side, even though he should be a part of the Cadet A team, given his age, indicating the potential that the striker who can play as a winger possesses. Yamal was one of the 10 youngsters who were called up for first-team training by manager Xavi Hernandez on Monday. Following that, reports emerged claiming that the Barca first-team head coach is a huge admirer of the 15-year-old sensation and sees him as the best talent coming through the La Masia in recent times. Now, building on that, journalist Xavi Lemus states that Xavi Hernandez has had his eye on Lamine Yamal for quite some time now. In fact, Xavi considered calling up the youngster for the pre-season program earlier this summer. While that might not have materialized, Xavi is keeping a close eye on his development and is making efforts to ensure that the 15-year-old wonder kid feels valued at the club as they look to tie him down to a first-team professional contract when he turns 16 soon. Wow, interesting. Of course, earlier I did spoke about this report, how Xavi, have been so impressed with this Lamine Yamal in training because he called up to 10 La Masia players to join them in training, and of course, Lamine Yamal, caught his eye. So there have been a lot of talk about Xavi liking the player a lot. Lamine Yamal, very great player, but he's still young, too young, 15 years old, so he can't be integrated or he can't be given any professional contract as it stands until he turns 16 years old. And it's great to see, players from La Masia like this doing great and, trying to make the coach to pay attention on them. We have been seeing the likes of Ansu Fati, the likes of Pablo Xavi, Nico. Many players in the past have succeeded from the La Masia, and it will be great to see how this guy develops. And from the look of things, if Xavi continues to be a Barca coach for the longest time, Lamine Yamal might be a great addition to the squad. And now it will be not surprising if he continues to play the way he is, then the manager, given as how he likes the player a lot, will really call him to the first team one day. But they are saying that, there are clubs that have been showing interest in him lately, so Barca will try their best to keep him. Xavi himself will be instrumental for the club to keep this guy because he's really, really good. He's a winger. He can also play as a striker. He's versatile, but he can play anywhere across the front line according to what I'm hearing. So let's see if he will be the next big thing from La Masia. Ansu Fati came. There are players who have come and they have delivered, right? But even though some have come, but they have no chance in the first team and have been loaned. Look at players like Ace Abde, players like Nico Gonzalez. Some of these players, even though they do well, but when they come, they don't have that space. The squad is tied up and they are not really sharp. So they have to be loaned out. But let's see how things will look like if Lamine Yamal will be the next big thing from La Masia. La Masia that have been bringing so much to Barcelona from the likes of Messi, Xavi himself, Iniesta, Puyol. Many great talents have come out from that La Masia. and it won't be surprising if great talents continue to come out there for the most part in the future. For the recent years when Bartomeu was in charge of Barca, we saw how Barca diverted from the philosophy of focusing more on the La Masia Academy, to bringing in but world-class players, so-called world-class players for 100 and something million pounds and everything like that, which was a failed and very bad investment by the former president and his government. So since Laporta came, we have seen how Barca are also trying now to trust the young players. Xavi himself understands how it is important to trust young players, being a former La Masia player himself. So it'd be great to see that Barcelona go back to that old system where La Masia talents or academy players are being valued. When they have the talents, they merit to play for the first team. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona coach Xavi is reportedly planning to make some changes to his starting 11 for the team's next game against Victoria Pleasant in the Champions League. The Catalans have made an unbeaten start to the season and will be hot favourite to begin the group stages with a win against the Czech oppositions. Mundo Deportivo are reporting that Xavi will make at least 4 changes to his team and will rest Eric Garcia, Gavi, Dembele, Ronald Araujo. The changes mean that Jules Koundé is likely to revert to his favoured centre-back role after playing at right back for the last 2 games. Koundé will partner either Andres Christensen or Gerard Piqué, which means Hector Bellerin could get his first debut as right back. Frankie de Jong is expected to return to the starting 11 in place of Pablo Gavi, while Ansu Fati or Ferran Torres could get the nod in place of Dembele in attack. There is also a chance for fringe players such as Miralem Pjanic and Pablo Torre to get some game time against Pleasant off the bench on Wednesday night. Xavi has insisted both players are in his plans for the 2022-23 campaign, but neither have played a single minute yet. So Barcelona opened their account in the Champions League on Wednesday against Victoria Pleasant. Of course, a game that we all are expecting Barca to win that game because we know how tough that group is. So you have to take these chances and win the weakest opposition that you have. So let's see how things will go. So they are reporting that Xavi is likely to make some changes, up to 4 changes according to this report, up to 4 changes in the team. Of course, we know the depth that we currently have in our squad, so it will be important, very important for Xavi to make other players feel important by rotating the team. We know Xavi has already started seeing his best 11, but we know how good the other players on the bench are. And it's good to use opportunities like this to protect your team. We know that the opponent is not that difficult. And that even we bring on our bench players right now, considering the depth that we have, we can still beat Victoria Pleasant very well. So we just hope that the game will be won well by FC Barcelona as we look to kickstart our Champions League campaign in such a high note. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.